This week on Home Searchers, we find two alleged vampires searching for a new home after their current HOA kicked them out of the neighborhood for allegedly murdering too many tenants and drinking their blood.
This is a nice home, but I was really looking for more of a turret-style upper floor rather than an attic. I need better access to the outside air for when I have to fly out at night, you know, hunting for prey.
Val, there's no way you're going to put this much money into a fixer-upper, right? I mean, we're already going to have to outfit the subfloor with our buried caskets. I don't want to have to replace the old carpeting, too.
The problem is, these two nighttime stalkers can't seem to agree on a style. He's looking for a more classic medieval taste. She's asking for southern antebellum. Between the two, who knows if this realtor will find them a house or simply die trying.
Listen, Mr. Realtor, how many times do I have to say it?
Yes, sir. Mr. Paler, I understand.
No, I don't think you do. I need a stone floor that's cold and damp. You're showing me houses that are bright and warm.
Yes, Mr. Paler, but you have to understand, in this particular city...
No, I don't care what you say. This city has everything I'm looking for. Keep trying, or I will drain the blood from your head faster than you can say new home.
At the end of the day, it's fight or flight for our newest clients on Home Searchers, New Orleans.
Jessie, will you hand me that packaging tape? I need to seal this box.
It's moving day for the Palers, and the couple are boxing up their effects and preparing to meet with their newly appointed realtor.
What's in that box? Did you label it?
It's only my capes and boots. No, I didn't label it. I know what is in there.
You still need to put the label on the box. Otherwise, once it gets moved into the new house, we won't remember. I need to tell the movers where to put it, so I need all the boxes labeled so I can group them together. Get it? You never listen.
You'll never listen. I hate writing with Sharpies. The scent makes me woozy, and then I my pants. I wish you could get over your foul mood. This move is already stressful enough.
Maybe if you would spread out your kills to more than just the residents of this neighborhood, we wouldn't be moving in the first place.
Maybe if you would shut up with your I could think. I don't go to other neighborhoods because the long flight hurts my back. Besides, it's not like you didn't kill the Stepford wife next door.
Oh, you poor creature. Does your back hurt? Well, now thanks to your weak back, we have to move clear across town. Also, that witch had it coming, and you know it.
Still, it's not just my fault we're getting kicked out. You're only acting like this because we are in front of the cameras. You wouldn't dare speak to me this way in private.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hello, Palers. So great to meet you.
Yeah, save it, realtor. We are not in the mood. Have you gathered some houses for us?
You'll be happy to know that I have scavenged no less than 3 homes for your viewing pleasure. Between the 3 of them, I am sure we will find the right place for you.
Only 3? What, is the television network on a budget? How are we supposed to decide between only 3 houses? What if we don't like any of them?
I'm sure we can find something suitable for both of you.
Yeah, well, you better, or you'll be hitchhiking to the nearest blood drive. My name is Jessie Paler, and we're excited to be on Home Searchers this week. We watch the show pretty often. I am looking for a southern antebellum house, you know, like an old plantation home with lots of land and great big trees. But I want it to be located right downtown New Orleans. I like the idea of a bustling cityscape surrounding my cozy lair.
I'm Val, and I'm looking for a medieval castle. I like the pointed turret rooms on top and large stone stairwells and walls. A moat would be nice as well, to keep out the hordes. We often have villagers come after us with pitchforks, so there's nothing like a little extra security around the home. I don't want to be right downtown, but a nice ledge overlooking the city would certainly be enjoyable.
So, first of all, my name is Mr. Realtor.
Your name is Realtor, and you're a realtor. What is that, a joke?
Hey, shut up, Val. You don't think your name is a little funny? And he's not making fun of you.
Why don't you shut your mouth, you hussy?
Guys. Really, Miss Paler, it's all right. It's only a generic name the studio gave me for the show.
Oh, I see. You don't want us to know your real name, so what? That we don't come find you in the night? If we wanted to kill you, we would have feasted the moment you walked through the door.
Ah, yes, indeed. No, it is simply protocol. But now, back to the homes. We have 3 for you to look at today, but I wanted to sort of warn you that we really don't have anything like either of the home styles you have requested. I mean, a Southern antebellum mansion is certainly available in this state, but not in the center of New Orleans. And I'm afraid, Mr. Paler, that a medieval castle simply doesn't exist in the United States. We really aren't old enough to have something from that time period not readily available, and New Orleans is also below sea level, so there are no ledges with which to even build a castle on.
What kind of joke is this? You bring us on your television show and then you tell us we can't have what we asked for? I thought you were the miracle workers. Where's my behind-the-scenes magic?
No, sir, we are just simply real estate agents. And frankly, I can only offer you what we have.
This is an outrage! I want to speak with the producers.
Uh-oh. Looks like trouble is brewing early for our realtor in this episode. With requests so far outside of the norm, it's going to be an uphill battle for Mr. Realtor. Hopefully he can find a compromise between these two bickering bedfellows. Our couple has an interesting story, to say the least. In fact, they met under circumstances unique to probably 99% of the average population.
I met Val in a bar. He had just moved here from Transylvania. Or at least that's what he said. I didn't believe him at first, but after going home with him, there could be no doubt.
Yes, I sucked her blood the very first night. It was magical. I was a very lonely vampire, so turning this beautiful woman after only talking to her for 30 minutes seemed like the perfect solution.
A true love story. But now the question is, how much can these monster mashers shell out for a new home?
So I'm a stay-at-home vampire. We don't have any children, so I don't work at all. It's not that I'm lazy, it's just that being one of the undead and all, I just don't really see the point anymore.
I am a door-to-door vacuum salesman. I do pretty well, but the problem is I often find myself feeding on clients before they actually pay me. It's an ongoing issue. I'm going to therapy.
We have a budget of $5 million. With Val's vast inheritance, our day-to-day income doesn't really affect our choice in home. So we figure if we have to move, we'll make this one count.
And now it's time to see what our couple thinks of the homes Mr. Realtor has found. Will they find something worthwhile, or will Mr. Realtor be going home in a body bag? Only time will tell.
So here we are. The first option on the list. It's not really a big house, but it certainly does come with the land you were asking for, Jesse.
This is a f***ing trailer. Mr. Realtor, I think perhaps you've misunderstood something.
Not only that, is this a landfill?
Well, now, here's the deal. Jesse had asked for Southern antebellum, but being that there isn't anything like that near the city with that much land, we did find a private waste management company who was interested in selling their land and business. The owner has been living in a trailer on the landfill, so you could use that as a temporary home and then build your dream house, still maintaining how much land is already here.
That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. I asked for a mansion, and you show me a trailer on a landfill?
Well, now, there is one more plus here. This comes with a price tag of only $100,000, which would be well beneath your budget of $5 million.
$100,000 for a trailer? You must be out of your mind. You think you can pull one over on us like that? I wouldn't pay $5 for this dump.
Well, we came all this way. Would you at least like to see inside?
I'll tell you what I'd like to see.
Wait, what are you doing with that gas can? Why are you pouring gas on it? Wait, don't blow it up. Well, we'll have to pay for that.
Then you should have given us a worthy option.
Don't you guys watch this show? We always show 2 bad options and only one, which is obviously your final choice.
Well, that is dumb and no one informed me. Let us move on to the next option. For your sake, Mr. Realtor, it better be a good one.
After viewing the first home, Val and Jessie have decided it wasn't for them. Mr. Realtor is beginning to understand the brevity of his situation, and so now it's time to look at a house that might appeal more to Val. A stone and brick ranch located in the center of the city. This one has a higher price tag, but much less in the way of what the couple has asked for.
So this one is not quite a medieval castle, but it is constructed entirely with stone and bricks. I think it gives it that old world feel you might be looking for. Lots of windows, all one story, craftsman style, and there is lots of room inside. Also, this house is going to run $500,000.
Okay, I guess we can take a look, but this is certainly not what I had in mind. There's no turrets, and if it's only $500,000, I would say it is far too small.
The two follow Mr. Realtor inside, eager to see the first real home of the day. Jessie is not quite sure as the lot is only a half acre, and the house itself needs a few pricey upgrades.
So as you can see, this one would be a bit of a fixer-upper. It was built in 1950, and it's been empty for about 5 years. So, new carpets, new wiring, and plumbing, but like I said, lots of natural light.
I don't think you quite understand. I'm not looking for bright and warm. I want dark and damp.
You know, Val, we're already going to have to outfit the subfloor with our buried caskets. I don't want to have to replace the old carpeting, too.
Did you not just hear what I said to the man, Jessie? This is not going to work at all.
I was just agreeing with you. Val, you don't have to argue with me in every scene of the show.
I do if you keep saying stupid things.
Guys, how about we take a look at the bedroom?
How about you shut your mouth while I yell at my wife?
Yell at me? You should be yelling at him. He's the one who's showing us the opposite of what we asked for.
But you're the one who wanted to come on this show and expose ourselves to the world. We're already on the run after killing the neighbors. I knew this was a bad idea.
You guys, you might want to watch what you...
Watch what I say? Is that what you were going to say? Watch what I say? You should watch what you say to me.
Oh my God! You're sucking my blood!
Oh, Val, I forgot how manly you are when you feed on innocent victims.
Yes, I often surprise myself too.
But what are we going to do for a house now?
Well, I imagine Mr. Realtor has a nice home. Quick, get his wallet. Tonight, we dine in a new kitchen.
Well, our couple has finally found a new home. Turns out, Mr. Realtor lived in an old antebellum row home in downtown New Orleans. And with the Realtor dead, there won't be too many people looking to take that home anytime soon. Not quite what the two had asked for separately, but a good enough compromise for this show.
Val, will you hand me that pan over there? I need to get the chicken frying.
Sure, here you go.
I said pan. That is a pot.
Well, how the hell am I supposed to know? I don't eat food.
Yes, but if you wanted to eat our guests, you need to win them over with food.
Oh, you think you're so smart? Maybe I will feed on you tonight instead of the new neighbors.
Maybe I'll feed you to the new neighbors.
Hey, is dinner going to be ready anytime soon? I really should be getting home. My wife is going to wonder where I went.
Actually, dinner is ready now.
Ha ha ha. Looks like our nighttime lovers haven't yet learned their lesson. Quick to bite can mean quick to jail. I would say it's only a matter of time before they join us for another episode of Home Searchers, New Orleans.
I'm Derek Daisy.
And you're listening to the Echo Radio Show.
Yeah. I came in really loud.
Well, Derek, we have, you know why?
Why?
Because we have some new equipment this week, and I'm quite happy with it, actually.
Yes.
But it's a funny phenomenon, and I thought we could talk about this for a couple of minutes.
Of course.
So I have had the board that we were using. Yeah. We used it on stage with our band Suburban Myth.
Yeah.
And it's been a good board, I have to say.
It was a good little board.
It was a Mackie Pro FX8. Very, very basic, but it did the job. And for a podcast such as this, where there was just two of us, perfectly fine.
Absolutely.
It actually had 4 mic channels, but it also has an insert for a compressor, which we make use of on this show.
Of course.
So, the funny thing is, I realized when we had our guest last week, which was the Flowertown Players, which was a lot of fun.
Sounded hilarious. I love listening to it from my house, not being a part of it.
Yeah, how was that?
Sounded fine. I listened to it on my HomePod, but I was bummed. So, just for full transparency, pretty much, me and my wife, we have a daughter, and my wife usually doesn't work very late on Sundays. Usually, that's why we pick Sundays to do this, because she's usually home at a pretty reasonable hour where we can record these. Well, of course, she could not get out until probably right when the show started, and she works about a half hour away from where we live, and I'm about 15 minutes from your house, so it's pretty much at 9:45 would have been the absolute earliest I would have been here, and you were almost done, so that sucked. I really wish I could have been a part of it, but it was really funny. Yeah.
I had a great time. It was our first in-studio guest. I hate you missed it.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it's understandable. Yeah. Of course. I don't have kids, so I can't. I can't fault you for anything. That's for sure.
I know.
But anyway, the point being that we had our first in-studio guest. There were 2 of them, which I had 4 microphone inputs, so no big deal. But as soon as I was setting up the microphones, I noticed that board only had 2 inserts in the first 2 mic channels.
Yeah.
The other, which there's 1/4-inch jacks on those same, on the 3rd and 4th mic channel beside where the inserts are, but they're line ins.
Yeah.
I guess for a guitar, it's kind of, for me, it's a little weird because there are, on that board for mic channel 3 and 4, there were 2 line-in inserts, and on mic channel 1 and 2, there was only 1 plus the insert. So I don't really understand what the difference is. I don't know if you'd be plugging 2 guitars into it, or I don't know. So anyway, point being, we had to do an upgrade.
They did. And I had some things. So you and I hadn't really gigged out in a while.
Yep.
So I said, you know what, Nick? I will never get down to the store because of my daughter. How about this? Let's do some bartering. So I essentially had speakers hanging out in my my garage. Some of our live speakers, our powered subwoofer, all that stuff. And I was like, just go down to Guitar Center and bring us back two more Shure SM7B microphones and a board. And you were like, okay.
Bring me some figgy pudding.
Yeah, and you did. You went down there, and you got them.
I'm telling you, it was interesting, too. I had a nice conversation with a guy who used to actually be on radio in Charleston.
Yeah.
I don't want to give his name away, but he was on it. I'll give the channel. He was on 107.3, and evidently this guy has been a radio DJ. He may be listening, so shout out to him.
Hey.
He was a radio DJ here for evidently, I think he said 20, maybe 30 years.
Wow.
So he knew, while I was waiting on this trade to happen,
there
were several other customers that came in. There was a couple of different couples and some random guy, and he was talking to all of them. And a lot of them had come from out of town. Mm-hmm. And so I think one was from Miami. He's like, oh, yeah, I know that radio DJ. I've worked with him for years and years and years. Wow. It was really neat to see that being in the radio community for that long, he knew so many people.
Right.
I felt bad, though, because evidently there was a bit of a scandal. He got fired. And he was explaining that because he had been there so long, and we'll go ahead and, hey, look, I don't mind. We're not on a radio station. We'll put this out there.
Yeah.
His theory is that he was the highest paid radio DJ, and they were trying to make cutbacks. But, number one all these years and this kind of stuff, very interesting.
Yeah.
But he sympathized with what we were doing, so I went in and I said, look, first of all, and this was a funny thing, too, so I'll just go ahead and give you the whole story.
Okay.
It was a funny run-in. So I go in and I say, here's a full PA system, and then we had a couple other things.
Yeah.
We won't go into specifics, but it doesn't matter.
All right.
And I said, what can you give me for it?
Yeah.
And he was the pro audio guy.
Yeah.
So he's in the section with the keyboards and the mics and all that.
Nice.
And he took a look at the equipment and said, how much you want for this? I'll buy it right now. And then he looks in his wallet.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, maybe not now. He said, let me give a text message to my friend that owns a sound equipment company.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking the whole time, like, I just want to trade it in.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew going in that we wanted to trade. We had talked about it. I didn't really care.
All we wanted was an equal trade.
Now,
because it was a Guitar Center. I used to work at Guitar Center.
Yeah.
So if you don't know this, if you go to a Guitar Center and you want to trade something, and you're pretty much going to get 60% of the value that they think they can sell it for.
Yeah.
So I went on their used site and saw, all right, what are they selling all this stuff for? And then I did 60% of that, and I said, all right, we should get an even trade. And you were like, okay. So you went in there with that, and then you were texting me like, man, these guys want to buy the PA. And
because it wasn't just him. He sent that text message to his friend.
Yeah.
And then this other guy comes in, I lie to you not, and he was looking for a PA system because he was a DJ, like he does, parties and this kind of thing.
Yep.
And he wanted to upgrade his system. Either he was getting started or he wanted to upgrade his system. I didn't catch the whole conversation. But the salesman that I talked to that was in radio started selling him the PA. And I'm like, I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Because, it's obviously going to be my decision at the end of the day.
Right.
I think he thought that we weren't going to get what we wanted.
Yeah.
Because the manager had to come back and approve the trade.
Yeah.
So I guess he assumed we weren't going to get what we wanted, so he was trying to help me out.
Yeah.
If we had gotten the cash and it was the same amount up front,
sure.
Whatever.
Care.
So he's selling this guy on this PA system, and here's the funny thing. They always test it.
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah, and I tested everything before you picked it up. So I knew it all worked.
So he hooks up one speaker.
Yeah.
And plugs his phone directly into the speaker and starts playing some music, and it sounded fantastic.
Yeah.
Of course, there were Behringer speakers. They were great.
Yeah.
And it's thumping along. This guy's like, yeah, that sounds great. That's all I need. And the guy's like, well, it's a 3-piece. This is only one speaker.
Yeah.
Just wait till you hear it with a subwoofer and another speaker.
Yeah.
So the guy got all excited, and he was going to buy it. And he's waiting on me to find out if Guitar Center is going to trade to buy this thing.
Yeah.
So then the manager comes back there, and he's like, all right, we'll do your trade. Ultimately, we'll do the trade. They had and again, I'm going to call you out, Guitar Center. We got a Shure SM7B.
Yeah.
They had it listed on the price tag for $499.
Yeah, which is crazy, because I looked on their website, and it was $399. And you had texted me. I'm like, what? No.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't $500.
No way, too much.
So at first he's like, because we were saying 2 of those and this new board that we got.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know, and then he comes back from out of the back room after being gone for 20 minutes, and he says, good news, the price tag's wrong.
Yeah.
It's $399. And I'm thinking, man, how long has that price tag been wrong?
Yeah. That's probably why nobody wants to buy these damn mics.
I wonder if they sold any at that price.
No. And the system would know when you scan it, because on their website, it was $399. Every music website was $399. Amazon was $399. So I really wanted it.
Yeah.
But we got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You kept texting me and calling me. You're like, all right, dude, here we go. This is going on. I'm like, okay.
So to finish it out, though, he realized that the trade was going to happen.
Yeah.
The guy that was going to buy it. So the salesman said, well, since that's going to go down, let me go show him a few of our speakers on the shelf.
Yeah.
So he goes back there, and there's this soundboard they have hooked up to all their speakers, and they're supposed to flip a switch and test them.
Yeah.
He could not get those speakers to play. I don't know what was wrong. I don't know what was going on, but he tried multiple speakers on multiple channels, and he could not get these things to come on.
Yeah.
So my wife's going to take a couple of candid photos.
Oh.
And okay, well, so anyway, so it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it to work. So he said, I'll just wait till the trade's done and I'll buy that PA.
Huh.
So he ended up, and at the end of the day, the guy told me, he's like, I think that he was the biggest loser because he was going to pay $300 for the PA system, and I think they ended up charging him like $500, $600.
Yeah, they bought it and sold it at a profit.
Yeah.
That was the whole
point. So that guy ended up buying it because he couldn't get any of the other speakers to play.
Yeah.
So all he heard was the PA.
Yeah, the one that we had. Yeah.
How pathetic. I was like, oh, man. I almost felt bad for the guy.
Yeah.
He was like, well, I'm just a night shift guy, and somebody must have screwed with it this morning.
Oh, my God.
So there went that.
Yeah. Well, thank God we were there.
Yeah, I know, right?
Saving our community. And but we got everything we wanted.
We got everything we wanted. So we're now pumping along on a brand new Pro FX 12. We got 6 channels now. So all of our guest mics, or at least up to 2 of them, will be compressed for the time being. So that's nice.
Yeah. Get that radio quality.
That's right.
You got it, bro.
So we're tweaking a little bit. So when we came in, your voice was a little loud, but it's because I'm trying to get everything back to where it was.
Yeah.
But the phenomenon, I lost my train of thought. Sorry to ramble.
Yeah.
Old board. Mm-hmm. When I hook this thing in, everything is suddenly louder.
Yeah.
And like I set it to the exact same settings as the last one.
Yeah, well, things change.
It's louder. It's a little bit clearer when you play stuff on the computer. It's got a USB through. It's louder. So it's very strange.
Yeah, well, you got to tweak it all.
So I mean, it was cool though, because now I know, like, second generation must have been worth it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, as long as it sounds good, I don't care. You got it. It all takes care of the studio.
That's right.
One day at a time.
One day at a time. I've got a big surprise for you.
Do you?
Next week, if you'll remember the Flowertown Players, or this upcoming Sunday, I should say.
Yeah.
They talked about their show Next to Normal.
Yeah.
The director of the show, and then I think 2 actors, and then someone else is going to be here in studio, and they're going to sing a piece for us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just one piece?
Yeah, it's just 2 of them. It was basically like, she said we can send 3 people or 6 people.
Wow.
For they're all singing on other songs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 3.
We can't bring.
We don't have the room for 6.
This little radio booth we're in here is not big enough for 6 people.
No, it's not. It's not. But that's cool. So the director will come in. I guess we're going to talk with him about the show and all that stuff. Cool.
And this is the show director, not the ones
Jeremy and yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to get people in here. I mean, it's something we've wanted to do. And we're open to it. So if you live in Charleston and you want to come to a rich guy's house, come on down. We'll let you in the front door, and
not quite.
We'll kill you because you don't.
We'll leave the light on for you.
That's right. But that being said, what a skit, Nick! What a skit!
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of the Flowertown people, so Jeremy actually lent his voice to us for that skit.
Yeah.
So did you like it?
I did. I thought it was funny. I mean, you sent the script, and generally when you send the script, I try to read as little of it as possible, so I'm surprised by the finished product.
Yeah.
This one I did read a bit more of to kind of get an idea of what was going on, but it was really funny. I listened to it. And I was laughing. It was just, there's a lot of funny things. I forgot certain lines. It's funny to hear just Vlad and Jessie go at it the whole time, and then you got Jeremy talking like the guy on TV.
Didn't he nail it?
Yeah, he did. He did good. That was funny. Yep.
I told him his motivation was the narrator from the show House Hunters.
Yeah, good.
Which it's what it was.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, good job.
I really like these 2 characters.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've finally written a rival to, not a rival, but a Nick Bosley style character that we can kind of start, venturing off with other ideas with.
I'm gonna have to start doing that.
Yeah.
I need to write something. Man, I'm gonna get it.
I tried the Big Man and Joe. I will probably finish that one at some point.
Yeah.
But it didn't translate like I wanted it to.
Uh-huh.
So, but then I watched a lot of House Hunters.
Yeah.
You ever watch it?
Oh yeah. That's exactly what it is. Hi, I sell Band-Aids to children on the street, and I have a $3.3 million budget. So what can we do? Yeah, every time.
But that's what they do.
It is.
And
I'm like, where the hell are they getting this money? I would love to do this stupid stuff for that kind of money.
I tell you, sometimes I don't know if it's real.
Yeah.
Because some of these cities, I mean, cost of living is, if that really is the price they're paying for some of these places, it is ludicrous.
Yeah.
Especially if you watch them in like, a big city or maybe L.A. or New York. Sometimes they'll go to those places. Mm-hmm. I mean, it'll be an apartment the size of this radio room, and it's, $500,000.
Yeah. Well, that's L.A. I mean, nothing's cheap in L.A. You kidding me?
Yeah.
And the same in New York City. Like, ugh.
My big question is, I mean, I always wonder, do you think they pay the people? Do you think they give them any kind of help with buying this house? Because
they have to do something for them to be on TV. I mean, I feel like you got to get compensated some way. Maybe they give them a down payment on a house.
That's what it has to be,
we'll
right?
We'll give you $20,000. You just go buy a house, and that's the episode. I'm like, okay, thank you. All right, sounds great.
Yeah, there's another show I watch a good bit of, and that is Property Brothers.
Yeah,
and I think that one's funny because the guys, they never do a house inspection.
Huh.
Which, if you've bought a house,
you always do a house inspection.
You have to do a house inspection.
Why wouldn't you do it? So what, do they buy it and then they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, have you ever watched it?
No.
Oh, man, you're going to have to go watch it. Because it's hilarious, because they play it all the time on HGTV.
Okay.
All the time.
Okay.
If it's not House Hunters, it's Property Brothers. So every time they'll say, okay, here's our budget. We don't want to go over this or whatever. All right, we found you a house that's like $100,000 less than your budget. Oh. Perfect. No problem. So we're going to get started. And this is what we could do to it. They renovate it.
Yeah.
They buy a fixer-upper kind of thing, and they renovate it.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to keep it under budget and do it in a certain amount of time. And inevitably, they'll be like, well, remember how we said that we weren't going to spend more than $50,000 on the renovation?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out the water heater fell through the roof. So, and they kind of like flip it around like it's the person's fault.
Yeah.
It's like, look, I mean, if you want a water heater, you're going to have to do this.
Yeah.
And it's always like that. And they end up spending like way more than they were supposed to.
Just doesn't sound very organized.
To me, I say to myself, they have to be paying for these renovations.
Yeah.
Because if I had a real estate agent that sold me a house that didn't do an inspection and then all of these problems came up.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's something messed up. I mean, they have to have a show premise because, let's be honest, if they bought a perfect house, they'd be like, well, I mean, what do you want us to do?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's a
perfect.
fixer-upper, so I get that.
Yeah.
But
maybe do a little more research.
it's like, as seen. It's kind of how it works out.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, I'm trying to get caught up in things you've told me to see. One of which was Infinity War. I finally watched it.
Oh, I'm so glad you saw it.
I know. I texted you like throughout the movie because I bought it on iTunes the day it came out.
We can finally talk about it.
I know. It was freaking crazy. But I'm glad I went and watched all the other movies and came up to that movie because a lot more stuff made sense.
Well, the question is, did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. It was good. Yeah.
I think it's long enough now that we don't have to worry about spoiling it for
but
everybody.
spoiler! If you have not seen the movie, you're probably going to want to skip forward a few minutes.
Yeah, a few minutes. A lot of people die.
Yeah, and I really thought that it was just Spider-Man who died, like the main characters, because that was the one the memes were all about.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was just like, I don't know. I just remember seeing ashes and then, people be like, oh, poor Peter or whatever. Just tons of memes like that. I'm like, God dang it.
Yeah.
I was pissed about it. But, I was like, oh my God, everybody. Like, Jesus Christ. Everybody just drops dead. It's crazy.
Now, I'm surprised that you went that long without knowing.
Yeah.
So,
well,
impressive.
because again, I try to avoid everything like the plague. I didn't read anything. I stayed away from them online people were pretty good about not talking about it, except for Spider-Man.
Now, I have it's a digital copy, but I have the Infinity Gauntlet comic book.
Yeah.
And it's quite a bit. I mean, the storyline is basically the same. There are many other elements about it that are not in the movie. There are things about it that they changed because they don't own all the characters.
Right.
I was telling you that, the Hulk gets thrown across the universe and lands in Doctor Strange's thing in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
That's actually the Silver Surfer in the comic.
Oh.
And this is a comic that came out in the late 80s.
Yeah.
So this is one of the ones that kind of defined Marvel as a vehicle for story arcs.
Yeah.
This was a big one.
Yeah.
And if you look at any list that says, here are the comics you must read or whatever from Marvel, it's on it. So I knew going in that everybody was probably going to die.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, there's quite a few things in the comic that go on after this.
Yeah.
So I have an idea of what's going to happen, but I don't know how they're going to do it because they had to change so many characters.
Right.
So, yeah.
I mean, I wonder... I mean, because all these characters have to come back because there's all these future movies coming out.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, that time stone's going to come into play here.
In my opinion, there's two options.
Yeah.
You can either go back in time,
Yeah.
which is something that comic book writers do when they write themselves into a hole.
Yeah. Wow.
They use time travel,
Yep.
like in Harry Potter. And then it could be that, or it could be that everybody's trapped in the Soul Stone, and maybe Scott Lang either has to go into the Soul Stone to get him out, or maybe he has to go into the microverse to travel in time. I don't know. That's my opinion of what could happen.
Yeah, because there was that the scene at the very end of the credits where what's his face?
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury, says "mother," and then he disappears. But then he has that call, the signal making a call, and I was like, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. You had to tell me.
So Captain Marvel, Brie Olsen.
Yeah.
Brie Olsen?
I don't know. I don't know anything about
Brie
Captain
something.
Marvel.
I don't know.
Why?
That's the actress that's going to play it.
Why Marvel? Why Captain Marvel?
Well, this is the funny thing. So actually, Marvel had Captain Marvel. I think this was like the 40s or 50s maybe.
Yeah.
And there's some kind of copyright stipulation that says if you don't use something for a certain amount of time, it's not just that if it gets so old it becomes public domain.
Right.
Also, if you don't use a character for a certain amount of time, it's also public domain.
Oh.
So DC stole it when it was actually it wasn't DC, it was whatever the comic was, Dark Horse or something like that. But anyway, DC bought it. So this random comic book studio picked up the name Captain Marvel and made it like a Superman with magic powers. And that was Shazam.
Yeah.
And then DC ended up buying it, so they own that character. But it was all because Marvel dropped the ball or something.
Yeah, because there's that Shazam movie. Did you see the trailer to that?
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for it.
It looks funny.
It looks funny.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like the other ones. I don't know. It looks like a B movie, superhero movie.
Yeah. I'm
weird.
excited because I have to say, Aquaman, in my opinion, did not look so fun. So,
I stopped paying attention to a lot of these DC movies.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, because I'm like, nah, they dropped the ball on everything. I'm like, I'm not even going to pay attention to this universe.
Yeah.
Because I'm just done.
Which is funny because they're doing a DC Universe subscription thing. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Everybody's going this way now.
I know, and I'm not paying for that. Because Disney's got theirs and all this Star Wars stuff, I might go that way. Star Wars.
Did you see Disney's trying to buy back the rights?
The TV rights.
Yeah, from TBS or TNT.
Time Warner or
whatever
Warner.
it is, yeah.
Turner. Yeah.
Yep.
And they're having trouble, and that's a hard... Yeah, it's weird. I read that yesterday, or a few days ago.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yep.
I saw that and I thought, well, that sucks. I mean, they have a lot of other stuff to put on their streaming service, so it's not like that's going to make or break it. But I guess I wonder if they're going to launch this thing early.
I don't know. They're trying to put it all under one roof, though. And that's really, because it's like, well, get it out of the Disney Channel. I mean, that's the thing. There's no money in channels anymore, I guess. So if you do a streaming service, but what do you charge for that? What are you willing to pay for unlimited access to all Disney movies, cartoons, TV shows?
Well, let me tell you a statistic I read.
Okay.
I pulled this up.
Yeah.
Charter, which is the cable company Charter.
Yeah, they're a big one. Yeah.
Lost in the second quarter of this year 57,000 pay TV subscribers.
Yeah. Oh, we're leaving.
Yeah. That's big. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like oh crap, we got to do something.
Yeah. But I mean, well, it's because they refuse to adapt.
Yeah.
And now, like, instead of doing an a la carte kind of deal where you can pick the channels you want, nope, they just kind of force feed you stuff and try to bundle everything. But those bundles are giving you stuff you don't want, and that's not going to work in the long run.
The other thing for me is, YouTube used to be completely commercial free.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of what started this pay TV thing, it's like HBO. Why do you buy HBO back in the day? When it started, what was the point of it? Well, the point of it was for movies, but also no commercials.
No commercials, but another big thing was that it was outside of the FCC's grasp.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, YouTube, in my opinion, was the internet version of HBO. I mean, of course, it's not high caliber quality or anything, but the same idea. It's a service that has no, and now they've got the pay for YouTube.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we stop with the cable completely, are they just they're gonna migrate the advertising over? It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So then it's just gonna be, now you're paying for what you had on cable, except it's individual channels.
Yeah. Well, but it's like, dude, I'm doing the DirecTV Now until October, and here's what I've watched, because their DVR does not work very well. I've watched Food Network. I've actually gotten into that a lot
Love
lately.
Food Network.
Can't eat most of it, but hey, it looks good. And I don't know. There was History Channel. I did a lot of Pawn Stars right in the beginning, and then I watched them all, and I'm done. So I'm like, all right, well, no more of that. I did get to see the Bruce Willis roast on Comedy Central.
I saw part of it.
It was funny. There was some good funny ones.
They brought out Demi Moore.
Yeah, his wife. She was okay. I wasn't really their kids. Their kids were more impressed than I was, but whatever. But no, I thought Edward Norton's bit was really funny because he's like, there was one joke in there that just really made me laugh. He's like, when I was on the Hulk, I'm sorry, I just worked to make the script. I just wanted it to be as good as the worst Nolan movie. That's all I wanted. And he's like, I wanted this really good dialogue. And Bruce, he just says 3 or 4 lines, and he could probably learn his lines on the way to the shoot. He doesn't, but he probably could. It's just like,
I bet he does.
He's like, it's so stupid. Why didn't I think about making movies direct to DVD and making money that way? Yeah. It was just really funny because everybody's making jokes about him being an egotistical douchebag, Edward Norton, and it's just every shot he took at Bruce was funny. It was a good time. Yeah, I liked it.
I used to love these roasts. They did a lot of them back in the day. It was pretty popular at one point.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the one with Tommy, not Tommy Lee Jones, but Tommy Lee and what's that porn star he was married to?
Pamela Anderson.
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
That was a funny one too.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was pretty good. I mean, it's funny, Bruce Willis. I was thinking the other day, he's one of these actors that now it's the same no matter what movie he's in.
No, he's always been that way. I mean, he was the same in Armageddon as he was in Die Hard and all that. Like, I put on Armageddon the other night and watched it again. That's such a good dang movie. You know who wrote that movie?
No.
J.J. Abrams.
Oh, I think I did know that. That's very interesting. Yeah. Kind of got to start there, probably.
Yeah, one of his first ones. But yeah, awesome movie. But yeah, I mean, Bruce Willis he's the same guy, whatever. I mean, every single time.
Yeah.
Just a big New York cop in every single movie.
He's like Harrison Ford. He just looks like he's tired.
Yeah.
He's like,
I know.
Let's go jump off this plane.
And I go beat up a girl on camera and brag about it.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
We talked about it, but I'm excited for Glass that's coming out.
Yeah, because of the Unbreakable.
Yeah, so
everybody at my work is talking about it now.
He'll be in it. Yeah.
Yeah, he better be. Good.
It'll be a sequel to both movies.
Yeah.
So, but there's a trailer now. It looks good.
Good.
So, yeah.
I haven't seen it. Yeah, it's been bad, man. I've been busy. I've been busy at work. That's why my voice is hoarse. It's just a busy week. I was talking a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but outside of that, I haven't really been doing stuff for you, but yeah, I haven't done a lot of stuff. There's this game. You ever hear No Man's Sky?
No.
So this game came out a couple years ago, 2016. I mean, the hype was crazy. It was superly overhyped.
Yeah.
It's a space exploration game. And essentially, they've designed it to where there's just trillions of planets.
Yeah.
Trillions. Not even exaggerating. Trillions of planets.
Yeah.
And each planet is created right in front of you. And they're all each unique. And when it first came out, they, really overpromised and underdelivered. It just didn't, it got really repetitive fast. But,
This is PS4?
PS4 and Xbox One now. But, it was so cool because, dude, you fly out into space and then you fly onto a planet. It's a planet. You fly around the entire planet.
Yeah.
And there's animals running around and you can build bases and stuff. Well, so, due to all the false marketing, they made $60 million or whatever it was. And they're a small studio. There's 13 guys there. So they made all this money. And then all these people are pissed off because they didn't get the game they were promised. But instead of just abandoning the game and walking away, they kept making it better. And they did this huge release called No Man's Sky Next.
Yeah. It
has made it so much more fun. And they've added multiplayer to it because before you were just traveling the universe. And, you'd be by yourself. And it was nuts. And then now with multiplayer, my buddy... Connor, who I've been friends with since high school, he just showed up on my planet.
Yeah.
He parked his spaceship right next to mine, and he's just drilling holes in the ground and mining stuff, and I'm just over there in my spacesuit what's going on, dude? And then we get in our ships, and then, somebody tries to kill him, so I have to go after and try to save him. It was just so much fun, man. It's really easy to get lost, but it was one of the space games I always wish existed, and now it does, but... No Man's Sky. It's really cool.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, you will.
Actually, it's funny to bring up video games because I pulled up another article.
Oh.
I want to get one of these.
Okay.
You've seen the classic NES plug and play system?
Yeah, NES and SNES. Yeah.
Yep, or SNES.
And they're both available. Yeah.
Well, no, actually, this one in particular about this article is the actual classic NES.
Yeah.
Plug and play.
Yeah, they re-released it.
It was the top-selling game system.
Yep.
For the first time in over 30 years.
Yeah.
In June.
Yeah, it outsold PlayStation 4, Xbox One. I know, because again, they sold them 2 years ago, and they sold out. It was you'd have to pay $300-400 to people to get them.
Yeah.
Because they made so little. They didn't think they were going to be that big.
$60.
Yeah, I know, and it comes with how many games? 30 games?
I think it's something like that. I wouldn't mind. I'm not sure if I would play pay $60 for the NES.
Well, it's the nostalgia factor because the controller they give you feels exactly like the original controller and everything.
Yeah.
And it's in HDMI, so you can do HD.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that, and then there's the classic, the SNES, which is $80, and it's got 30 games, I think. Same deal, and I think they're supposed to come out with a N64 version of it this coming year.
Now that would be interesting.
Yeah,
there's 30 games on this one, by the way.
Yeah, and it'll probably be even more expensive. But yeah, you can do that, and people buy them and hack them and fill them full of ROMs. I did the Raspberry Pi, where I have all the emulators on it.
Yeah,
so I got thousands PlayStation 1 games on it,
which is really cool that you have that.
Yeah, and all the original games. NES, SNES, Sega.
I have more virtual console games on my Nintendo 3DS.
Yep.
Where the virtual console where you can get games from, old Game Boy games or old Super Nintendo games or whatever.
Yeah.
I have more of those than actual 3DS games.
Yeah. But I don't play all those old ones. I play it for 10 seconds. I'm like, God, games sucked back then. I'm telling you, really, there's not a lot of great ones.
It's mostly Mario that I have, Mario stuff. I have a couple Zeldas, Zelda Link to the Past.
Ocarina of Time?
No, what was the original one on SNES?
Oh, yeah, Link
to the Past.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So I have that one.
Yeah. I mean, you do those, and then you can get the virtual, like the Pokemon games and stuff like that.
I have that too.
Yeah,
I have Pokemon Yellow.
Of course you do. Pokemon Yellow.
I'm still, because I never beat it originally.
Yeah, that did I.
I had a Game Boy.
I got to like level 5 or level 6.
It amazes me. I'm actually pretty close now to beating it. I played it some over the weekend, actually. It's amazing how long that game is.
Yeah.
To be, because if you go play Mario, which was all, Pokemon Yellow was on Game Boy.
Yeah.
Super Mario World also had a Game Boy. I can beat Super Mario World, the first one, in 30 minutes.
On Super Nintendo?
The Game Boy version.
Oh, Game Boy. Oh, okay.
And it goes, it's pretty close to that for Super Mario 2 and 3, which is Wario Land on Game Boy.
Yeah.
30 minutes, maybe 45.
Yeah.
But Pokemon, good lord.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes you...
Oh, yeah. It's a 20-hour game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive for that small little cartridge.
Oh, it's just due to all the fights. I mean, when you add the random fights and then you got to level up, that's how you essentially control the timing of the game.
Yeah, which is why it's such a good game.
Yeah. But they really haven't changed it much. Like, when you get the newer versions of the game, graphics are newer. Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, that's about it. They might change a couple things. Dialogue's a little different. But, I mean, the first 3 games, the red, blue, and yellow, all had the same dialogue. It was the same game.
Yeah.
They just had different creatures.
Yeah. And that's...
Brilliant.
When I got the 3DS, I got a new version of it, which was, I think, Diamond or something.
Yeah.
And then I got the yellow off the Virtual Console, and they are nearly identical. You're a different character instead of being Ash or someone else.
Yeah.
And there's some different towns, but yeah, like you said, I mean, the general map of the world that you follow is basically the same. So there's no reason to have more than 2. You have an old version and one with good graphics.
Yeah.
Then you're good to go.
Yeah. Good times.
Yep. Great oldies guaranteed. But I thought that was really interesting. Now, like I said, I've been wanting to buy the Super Nintendo version of that, but I haven't.
Well, you're not going to, you son of a bitch.
The Switch is reaching 20 million consoles sold.
Yeah, I bought a Nintendo Switch back when it first came out, and it had Zelda. And that was really good, but that was about the only game that existed. Now they got all these new games on it that look really awesome. They brought Skyrim back out to it. You never played Skyrim.
I had a lot of friends that did.
Oh, my God,
so I knew all about it.
Oh, so good.
My Tatai, that's all I remember.
I don't remember that.
No, actually, that wasn't it. That was something else. I'm sorry. Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah, that's different.
What that was.
It's just cool that you can take it on a console anywhere you want to go. Like, that's the cool... Like, they're very good graphics.
Yeah.
It's like having... It's better than PlayStation 3, but less than PlayStation 4. But taking those kind of quality games in a handheld device, and then you can plug it in, dock it on your TV, is a really great idea.
It is.
I want to do it, but I just don't... I don't know. I just haven't been playing a lot of games lately, except No Man's Sky, which is funny. Because, again, I put that game down for years, and then I picked it up, and now I'm in it. I even started over because I was so excited with all the changes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, let's take a quick break.
Yeah.
And, we'll be right back. Right. You are listening to the Echo Radio Show.
Boom.
What's this? Oh, Red Cow energy drink. Can I have some? Yeah. Thanks. Oh, that's gonna cost $5. Dude. What? They're expensive. I have student loans, you know. Fine. Tastes like car oil. Red Cow Nuclear Energy Drink. Enough energy to power a small city.
Are you a woman trapped in a man's body?
Yeah.
And you don't have any money for surgery?
Yeah.
Now save thousands of dollars and years of emotional distress with Snake Away. You'll go from sounding like this.
I wish I could wear that dress and look good.
To...
Wow, I look amazing and feel great.
Now sold at stores. Don't be trapped. Clap, clap with Snake Away. The full solution for the man-to-woman transformation.
And we're back here at To The Echo Radio Show. I'm Nick O'Kelly as always. And, thanks for listening. Because we don't say that enough.
Well, yeah. Because I don't think they're actually listening. You don't get credit for doing nothing. Okay, that's how that works.
Some people are listening.
Who?
I don't know.
All right. I want to see the evidence, Nick.
We've had people in the chat box recently. Had someone in earlier today.
Really?
Yeah.
What were they saying?
Just, hey, is this live?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so...
I know last week some guy randomly... was it somebody that those other guys knew?
I think it was the same... No, because that was the same guy tonight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Oh, hi.
Somebody from Spreaker, probably.
Yeah.
If you were going to chat with us, you have to go to Spreaker.
Yeah.
Our website, I don't think there's any way to access that.
No.
So, but at Spreaker, if you're subscribed to that, or if you listen to it or whatever, there is a chat box on that site that you can listen to.
There is. I hadn't even thought about it though.
Well, we are an entertainment business show, and
Really?
so I thought it would be funny for us to see if we can find out just how closely you and I paid attention to pop culture events this week.
Okay. All right.
It's all from this week.
Okay.
Now, I have not taken this quiz yet.
Okay.
So we're going to do it together.
We're
We're
gonna
going to discuss it.
Okay.
And we'll go for it.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready, Nick.
All right, now this is from last week, so ending Sunday of last week.
All right. Well, I either know it or I don't.
Which person did not celebrate their birthday on Saturday? And there's choices.
Okay.
Meghan Markle, whatever. Jennifer Aniston, Cole and Dylan Sprouse. I have no idea who they are. Or Barack Obama.
Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah, I feel like I would have known if it was Barack Obama. Maybe.
Oh, you think Barack? I thought I read something about Barack. It being his
I don't
birthday.
think
Yeah,
it's-
because I read something about his birthday being like a holiday, and that just randomly came up like 3 days ago. So that might have been.
So maybe it's
it was-
Barack Obama.
Well, that's his birthday.
Do you know Cole and Dylan Sprouse?
No, I thought the question was asking whose birthday wasn't on Saturday.
Oh, no, you're right. I'm sorry.
So I think-
which person did not celebrate their
Yeah,
birthday?
so because I do know Barack did. So
Okay, so
maybe Jennifer Aniston. I didn't hear anything about Jennifer Aniston. I don't know the other names
and
either.
Meghan Markle is the bride of the Henry. Yeah.
I don't.
Whatever his name is.
I don't
know.
I've read other things about her, but not about the birthday.
All right, well, let's go with Jennifer Aniston.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's see what happens.
All right. Correct.
Oh,
wow.
yes.
She
Yes.
was born on February 11th. But Duchess Meghan, Obama, and the Sprouse twins were born on the 4th. I have no idea who the Sprouse twins are.
I don't either. God
All right.
dang it.
Very good. Okay, here we go. Adam Levine mistakenly called out MTV for snubbing which artist? It was either Childish Gambino, which is Donald Glover, Chance the Rapper, Jay-Z, or Post Malone. I don't know who Post Malone is.
I don't know.
So Adam Levine snubbing which... Maybe that Childish Gambino?
Yeah.
He's been in the news.
I don't know.
All right, here we go.
Here.
Correct!
Wow. Yeah, we're doing good.
Awkward! The rapper was actually nominated for 7 VMAs, and Adam apologized to the network when he realized his mistake.
That's a pretty big mistake, Adam. Are you looking at last year's awards?
All right, we're good so far. I guess we paid attention.
I guess so.
I guess. All right, here we go. Which pop star spoke out after the tragic death of a model zombie boy? Oh, of model zombie boy. All right. Rihanna, Britney Spears, Lady Gaga, or Katy Perry?
Oh, because I remember his death, but I don't remember.
Oh,
it.
you know this guy?
Well, I saw a picture of him. Yeah, he had like tattoos and all that on him. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Lady Gaga is a little eccentric.
Yeah.
They're all kind of eccentric.
Yeah, Lady Gaga might be it.
Maybe.
Yeah, Lady Gaga.
I would say it's either her or Katy Perry.
And I don't remember seeing Katy Perry. Maybe
Let's go Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. Let's do it.
Okay. Correct!
Man,
I can't believe
this is crazy.
We're on a roll.
I'm telling you. Woo!
It's like we know what's going to happen
I
in the
know.
news.
It's crazy.
All right. Here we go. We're on a roll here.
Yeah.
Which two Muppets got into a mini Twitter feud?
Whoa.
Cookie Monster and Elmo? Kermit and Miss Piggy? Oscar the Grouch and Big Bird? Or Fozzie Bear and Gonzo?
I mean, it's like what you would think it would be Kermit. Well, Kermit doesn't really fight back.
Yeah, not really.
Not really. He just kind of.
So
I'm Kermit the Frog, and I'm just going to take that.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog. So I'm going to go, I maybe Cookie Monster?
The Cookie Monster.
I don't know why Big Bird would be fighting with Oscar. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't. Big Bird doesn't seem confrontational. What was the other one?
Gonzo and Fozzie?
I mean, Gonzo and Fozzie got big personalities.
All right, so maybe Gonzo and Fozzie.
Maybe.
All right, here we go. No.
All right.
Sorry, Oscar and Big Bird.
Ah, you were right. I'm sorry, Nick.
Big Bird and Oscar get into it.
What
Now,
the
I
hell?
didn't see it.
Yeah,
I didn't know this.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But we said that it was your gut, and I said fuck your gut.
All right. True or false? Justin Timberlake will host a new game show called Spin the Wheel.
False?
I mean, I know Howie Mandel's coming back with Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, but why would he need to come back and host a TV show?
I have no idea.
God, he brought sexy back. Why
Justin
the hell would
Timberlake,
he need to do that?
This guy.
Yeah.
He's going to be the new, what's the guy, Slater from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go false?
False, yeah.
All right. Correct.
Thank God.
Though Justin will be an executive producer for the show, Dax Shepard will host it.
That makes sense.
All
the
right.
husband of Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
Love her.
So evidently he is going to produce it? Whatever.
All right. Yeah.
Which basketball player opened a public school?
LeBron.
Oh, you know this?
Yeah.
All right. Correct.
Yeah, because Donald Trump, called him an idiot or whatever. And everybody was like, fuck you, Donald. Oh, my God.
The Promise School in Akron, Ohio.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's big, man.
interesting. Yeah, there's a picture of the entryway here. It looks nice.
Well, Donald Trump's wife said, he's doing some good things for the generation. Oh, God.
All right, two more.
All right.
Ariana Grande and Nicki Minaj shut down rumors that there was drama between them, supposedly caused by what? That they're releasing albums on the same day? That Nicki Minaj unfollowed Pete Davidson on Instagram? Ariana claimed Nicki did not promote their song enough? Or they wore the same outfit?
Oh, man. I don't know, Nick. I bailed you out this last time. I'm going to let you pick this one, man.
All right, let's go with the same outfit.
Okay.
No, they're releasing albums on the same day.
Okay, that's the record label's fault, not theirs.
Yeah, okay. All right, last one. I know the answer to this one.
All right.
Jessica Lange will appear in Season 8 of American Horror Story.
True.
That's true. Correct.
Yeah.
So,
I saw that.
So, we got 6 out of 8 right. Did you major in pop culture? Because totally crushed it. Some of these were pretty hard.
Yes.
I'm honestly impressed.
I'm impressed.
Do you watch American Horror Story? Or have you seen it?
No, I know. I just know that I read an article that she was going to show up.
Well, I love it.
Yeah.
I love that show. I have not seen Cult. Yeah, that was the last one. But the one before that one, which was Roanoke. Mm-hmm. It took a few episodes to get into, but I loved it. It was every season is fantastic. Jessica Lange, though, really is a big part of it.
Yeah.
So there was a big hole in Roanoke when she wasn't there, I thought. But still, a very, very good show. I highly recommend it. Mm. Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah,
I guess we're pretty good at pop culture.
I guess, even blind guessing. I know, it sucks. It would have been one more.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about pop culture these days. I
know.
I just don't watch it.
I just don't either. How are we a show about entertainment? We don't know anything about this stuff.
I mean, I don't watch MTV.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was still on the air, honestly.
Well, it's not music television anymore.
Really? It's just MTV now.
MTV, yeah.
I feel like I maybe do remember that.
Yeah, they changed that a few years ago.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Well, that's our show.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I didn't, but I appreciate you asking.
I really enjoyed doing this.
Yeah, I know you did.
Really enjoyed the skit this week.
I did too.
I forgot to mention that we have Batman in the studio with us.
Yeah, hey, Batman.
So my dad is flipping houses now, and one of their houses that just emptied out. The people left. They're going to sell it now.
Oh.
And this was the only remnant of the former family that they left, was an armless Batman.
A harmless Batman. I mean, he has one arm.
It's like a little 3 foot, 2 foot maybe.
It's like a my-sized Batman.
Yeah, it's a my-sized Batman without one arm.
Yeah.
And half his cape is gone.
That's lame.
It looks like Christian Bale, though.
Yeah, it does. Well, it is a Christian Bale Batman.
Yeah, so it's a little creepy.
Yeah.
He does have a microphone.
Yeah.
What do you got to say, Batman?
I'm Batman.
No, that's not what he says.
Swear to me.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Yeah.
Do I look like a cop to you? So that's what that feels like.
Yes. Can you imagine? I got an idea for a new skit.
Yeah, here we go.
A porno with Christian Bale Batman.
Just take lines from all the Batman movies and just do it. You like that, big boy?
So that's what that feels like.
Yeah. Is that a wire I see?
Do I look like a cop?
Oh. No, you don't look like a cop. You look like a giant bat.
They showed you that Gotham could be good. I'm Batman.
There's got to be some other ones.
He must have friends. Then you're gonna love me.
Yeah.
The last guy was pretty big.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna love me.
I'm not impressed. Is that a mechanical penis? I don't know, man. It's
Hit the escape button when you're done.
Oh man! All right, so there you go.
That's why I'm giving it to you.
We
that'll work.
Yeah, I just a little. There was this girl I used to work with named Julie.
Yeah,
and she had this bright red hair.
Yeah,
and we had a science class together, and she loved my Batman voice. She loved it. Like, I don't know what it was. She's like, do Batman. I'm like, okay. And I do it. And then, I mean, it was kind of sad because, last time I hung out with her, I invited her over to me and my friend Matt's house, and we hung out for the night. I think she thought I was inviting her over so we could, like, do stuff together. I was like, no, we're just friends. Come on over. She's older than me, too. She would not disclose her age. She had to have been at least 5 years older than me. Yeah, she was killed in a car accident, though. Yeah.
Well, that was a weird turn.
Yeah, I know. I just remember that because I did the Batman voice for her all the time, and I took like this really nice picture of her like out in at Catawba College in the reserve.
Yeah,
and we were like just her on the water. I had this really good picture, and I ran it through a filter so it looked like a painting, and I put that on her
cool.
Facebook, and her family loved it. And but a really bad car accident and didn't make it.
That's too bad.
It was sad. She's a very sweet girl, but.
Well, now I almost don't want to end this show.
I know. That's something funny, Nick. I'm sorry. I was just remembering her. I'm sorry.
Well, that's my mama.
God. So inappropriate, Nick. So inappropriate. With that, remember Twitter.
Yeah.
To the Echo Radio. totheecho.com. Of course, you can go to Patreon and donate money for the sad, cruel jokes that we make.
Yes. And we will delete them from Twitter 10 years later.
Yeah, that's right, because we might want to get engineering jobs.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, of course, rate and subscribe on iTunes. We'd really like it if you did that. And hey, check out my personal podcast. I'm starting to do a thing called Keto Minutes.
Keto Minutes.
Keto Minutes. I don't know if Nick's heard it or not.
I haven't heard it yet, no.
It's fine. You don't need to listen, Nick. It's stuff I talk about. Down 57 pounds, though.
Very good.
57 pounds, yep. And I ran 20 minutes straight.
Wow.
On the 5K, couch to 5K.
That's impressive.
And I got to move up to 25 minutes tomorrow.
Very good.
I'm very scared.
I have gone up two belt buckle button or slots.
You went up 2 more, huh, sir? Gaining weight, huh? You just gave up on the diet and started eating more.
I mean, I'm having to go...
Oh, you're going the other way.
No, yeah, I'm going further down, whatever.
Okay. You're like, yeah, well, I'm just eating everything in sight.
No. Now when I used to have the belt buckle on the second hole.
Okay.
And now when I have it there, they fall down. So I'm on the 4th hole now.
And how often do you let them fall down, Nick?
Well, sometimes.
Yeah. When the wife's sitting there and she's like,
cool.
I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, baby.
Hey, baby. I have to take the belt off. Makes it easier to put the pants on in the morning.
Yeah. I feel good now.
Yeah.
I feel like we can end the show now.
Okay,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot better. All right.
All right, we'll see you Sunday night. Hey, we have the Flower Town Players from the Next to Normal coming in to sing for us.
That's right.
So tune in for that Sunday night, 9 o'clock.
Hopefully I can be here. I'd love to be here for it.
Hopefully. All right, we'll see you next time
See you
on
then.
To the Echo Radio.
Yep, bye.